Katie Price, the well-known former glamour model and media personality, has long been a figure who captivates the public with her unfiltered stories about her romantic escapades. Her life has been a roller coaster of relationships that have played out in the spotlight, from brief flings to full-fledged marriages that have produced children and headlines alike. With a string of ex-boyfriends and 3 notable marriages under her belt, Price has never shied away from sharing the juicy details of her love life. In her most recent revelation, she has added another layer of intrigue by claiming that she once shared a cheeky kiss with the legendary American rapper Eminem, whose real name is Marshall Mathers. This confession comes as part of a pattern where Price has opened up about unexpected encounters with high-profile celebrities, painting a picture of a life filled with spontaneous moments and famous faces. Previously, Price has been candid about other surprising romantic interludes. For instance, she has spoken about spending a passionate night with music industry titan Simon Cowell, a story that has resurfaced multiple times in her interviews. She has also mentioned exchanging phone numbers with Hollywood heavyweight Jamie Foxx, hinting at the kind of star-studded connections that have dotted her personal history. Now, with this new admission about Eminem, Price continues to build on her reputation as someone who has mingled with some of the biggest names in entertainment. The revelation reportedly came during one of her live performances, where an audience member prompted her to name the most famous people she has kissed. Without hesitation, she mentioned that she and Eminem had once snogged, a British slang term for kissing that adds a casual, almost playful tone to the anecdote. To understand the context of this confession, it's worth delving into Price's reflections on her romantic past. In a conversation earlier this year, she opened up about how her relationships with men have often been her Achilles heel. Despite a thriving career that has spanned modeling, television appearances, book deals, and business ventures, Price has admitted that her personal life has been marred by poor choices in partners. She described men as her downfall, explaining that while her professional endeavors have consistently brought success and stability, her romantic entanglements have frequently led to disappointment and hardship. Price has identified recurring patterns in these relationships, including elements of toxicity that she now recognizes with the benefit of hindsight and professional help. She elaborated on the challenges she faced, noting instances of mental abuse, physical abuse, narcissistic behavior, gaslighting, and jealousy. These issues became so normalized in her life that she struggled to identify red flags early on. It was only through therapy that Price gained the tools to spot unhealthy dynamics and foster better relationships. Now, she expresses a sense of empowerment and optimism, feeling more settled and excited about her daily life. This therapeutic journey has not only helped her heal from past traumas but has also allowed her to approach new connections with greater awareness and self-assurance. Her current relationship with JJ Slater, a participant from the reality show Married at First Sight UK, seems to reflect this newfound stability as she navigates it with the lessons learned from her history. Price's list of ex-partners reads like a who's who of varied personalities from different walks of life. She shares her eldest son Harvey, who is now 22, with footballer Dwight Yorke. This relationship set the stage for her experiences as a mother, blending the highs of parenthood with the complexities of co-parenting in the public eye. Following that, Price entered into her first marriage with singer Peter Andre in 2005. The couple welcomed 2 children together, son Junior, now 19, and daughter Princess, now 17. Their union, which lasted 4 years before ending in divorce, was highly publicized, with both parties often sharing insights into their family life through media appearances and reality shows. The split was amicable in some respects but also fueled tabloid speculation about the reasons behind it. Not long after parting ways with Andre, Price embarked on a whirlwind romance with cage fighter Alex Reid. Their marriage took place in a spontaneous Las Vegas ceremony in 2010, embodying the impulsive nature that has characterized some of her decisions. However, the relationship fizzled out after less than a year, marking another chapter in her quest for lasting love. Undeterred, Price tied the knot for the 3rd time in 2013 with dancer Kieran Hayler. This marriage produced 2 more children, son Jet, now 11, and daughter Bunny, now 10. The couple went through the motions of renewing their vows 3 times, perhaps in an effort to reaffirm their commitment amid challenges. Despite these attempts, they separated in 2018, with the divorce finalized 3 years later. Recently, Hayler has faced serious legal charges, including 3 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault involving a 13-year-old girl, adding a somber note to Price's reflections on her past. One of the more detailed stories from Price's romantic archive involves her encounter with Simon Cowell. During an interview, she was pressed about the specifics of that night, particularly whether Cowell was a skilled kisser. With a coy response, she kept some details private, saying it was for her to know. The story dates back to 2017 when Price first shared it publicly, recounting how she was invited to Cowell's luxurious Holland Park mansion after meeting him at the Comedy Awards in 2003. Upon arriving, she noticed items belonging to his then-partner, TV presenter Terry Seymour, whom he later separated from in 2008, which gave her pause. Nevertheless, the evening progressed, leading them to his bedroom. Price described the intimate moments vividly, noting that they kissed and undressed before getting into bed. She remarked on the pristine white bedclothes, which added to the surreal atmosphere. What stood out to her was Cowell's maturity. At the time, he was the oldest person she had been intimate with, and his hairy chest gave her a sense of being with a real man for the first time. This anecdote, while lighthearted in tone, reveals Price's willingness to share personal vulnerabilities and experiences that humanize her beyond the glamorous facade.